In a world that screams for instant gratification, where distractions pull us in every direction, there's a timeless truth that cuts through the noise. Success doesn't chase you, you build yourself into someone it can't ignore. This is the essence of Stoic discipline, a philosophy rooted in self-mastery, resilience, and relentless focus on what truly matters. The Stoics' thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus didn't promise a life free of struggle. Instead, they gave us a blueprint to thrive in spite of it. This isn't about chasing fleeting pleasures or external validation. It's about forging an unbreakable version of yourself through deliberate effort, day after day. Stoic discipline teaches us to embrace discomfort, to find strength in adversity, and to align our actions with our highest values. It's the quiet power of showing up, of doing the work, of choosing virtue over ease. Success, in the Stoic sense, isn't just wealth or fame, it's living a life of purpose, integrity, and impact. It's becoming someone who commands respect, not through noise, but through action. But this transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's a lifelong pursuit, a commitment to building yourself brick by brick until the world has no choice but to take notice at a day. We'll explore how Stoic principles can guide you on this journey. We'll uncover practical ways to cultivate discipline, overcome obstacles, and create a life where success isn't a fluke, it's inevitable. So, let's begin. Let's build the version of you that success can't ignore. The foundation of Stoic discipline. At the heart of Stoic discipline lies a simple but profound idea: control what you can, release what you can't. The Stoics believe that true power comes from mastering your own mind, your choices, and your actions. Everything else, wealth, reputation, even the opinions of others, is beyond your control. This is where your journey begins, by focusing on what's within your grasp. The dichotomy of control. Epictetus, a former slave-turned-philosopher, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Imagine this: you're stuck in traffic, late for an important meeting. Your instinct is to curse the world, to feel helpless. But Stoicism asks you to pause. Can you control the traffic? No. Can you control your reaction? Absolutely. By choosing calm over anger, you reclaim your power. This principle applies to every area of life. You can't control whether someone likes you, but you can control how you treat them. You can't control market crashes, but you can control how you prepare. This mindset shifts your energy from complaint to action, from victimhood to agency. Practical step: the daily reflection. To build this discipline, start with a daily practice. The Stoics cherished reflection. Each evening, take 5 minutes to ask yourself, what did I do well today? Where did I fall short? What can I do better tomorrow? Write these answers down. Be honest, but not harsh. This isn't about guilt, it's about clarity. Over time, this habit sharpens your awareness, helping you align your actions with your goals. Virtue as your compass. The Stoics held 4 virtues above all: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These aren't abstract ideals, they're practical tools. Wisdom helps you make sound decisions. Courage pushes you to act despite fear. Justice ensures you treat others fairly. Temperance keeps you balanced, resisting excess. Think of a goal you're chasing, maybe a promotion, a business, or personal growth. Ask yourself, how can I apply these virtues today? If you're pitching an idea, wisdom prepares you with research. Courage drives you to speak up. Justice ensures you're honest. And temperance keeps your ego in check. The power of small action. Stoic discipline isn't about grand gestures, it's about consistency. Seneca wrote, "We are not born for great deeds, but for small ones done well." Want to write a book? Write 1 page a day. Want to get fit? Do 10 push-ups every morning. These small acts compound, building momentum that transforms you over time. The foundation of Stoic discipline is this: focus on what you control, reflect daily, live by virtue, and take small, deliberate steps. This is how you lay the groundwork for a life that demands success, embracing discomfort as a teacher. If you want to build yourself into someone extraordinary, you must embrace discomfort. The Stoics saw hardship not as a curse, but as a teacher. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every obstacle is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Life will test you. Deadlines will loom. Rejection will sting. Plans will fail. The Stoic doesn't run from these moments, they lean into them. When you face a setback, ask, what can this teach me? A failed project might reveal a gap in your skills. A harsh critique might sharpen your focus. By reframing obstacles as lessons, you turn pain into progress. Practical step: voluntary discomfort. Stoics practice voluntary discomfort to build resilience. Try this. Once a week, do something that scares you. It could be speaking in public, waking up an hour earlier, or skipping a meal to practice hunger. These small acts train your mind to handle stress with grace. Over time, what once felt daunting becomes manageable. The myth of comfort. Our modern world worships comfort: endless entertainment, instant food, climate-controlled rooms. But comfort breeds complacency. The Stoics knew that growth lies on the other side of struggle. Think of an athlete training for a marathon. The pain of early mornings and sore muscles isn't a punishment, it's the path to victory. The Stoic entrepreneur can sigh: an entrepreneur launching a startup. The market is tough, funds are tight, and doubt creeps in. A Stoic entrepreneur doesn't despair. They focus on what they can control: their work ethic, their pitch, their learning. They treat rejection as feedback, not failure. They practice patience, knowing success takes time. This mindset turns chaos into opportunity, building mental toughness. Discomorphed builds mental toughness, but only if you face it deliberately. Start by setting one challenging goal this week, something that pushes you out of your comfort zone. Break it into small steps and track your progress. Each step forward is a victory, proof that you're stronger than your fears. The art of focus in a distracted world. In an age of endless notifications, social media, and noise, focus is your superpower. The Stoics mastered focus by tuning out what didn't matter. Seneca said, "You must linger among a limited number of master thinkers and digest their works. To build yourself, you must protect your attention like a sacred resource. The cost of distraction: every ping on your phone, every mindless scroll, steals time from your goals. Studies show we check our phones over 100 times a day, losing hours to triviality." The Stoic response: ruthlessly prioritize. Decide what matters: your health, your work, your relationships, and let the rest fall away. Practical step: the one thing rule. Each morning, write down one thing you must accomplish today. Not 10, not 5. 1. This could be finishing a report, exercising for 30 minutes, or calling a loved one. Make it your mission to complete it, no matter what. This habit trains your mind to focus on what's essential. Simplifying your environment. Your environment shapes your focus. Clear your desk of clutter. Turn off notifications. Set specific times to check email or messages. The Stoics lived simply, not out of deprivation, but to free their minds for what mattered. Create a space that supports your goals, not distracts from them. The power of deep work. To achieve greatness, embrace deep work: long, uninterrupted periods of focused effort. Block out 2 hours a day for your most important task. No phone, no email, just you and the work. This practice builds not just skill, but confidence in your ability to create something meaningful. Stoic role models: think of Marcus Aurelius, ruling an empire while writing his meditations in stolen moments. He didn't have time to waste, so he focused on what mattered, leading with wisdom, reflecting with clarity. You don't need to rule Rome, just rule your attention. Resilience through adversity. Life will knock you down. The question is, will you stay down? Stoic discipline teaches us to rise, not because we're fearless, but because we choose to keep going. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it, that matters." Resilience is your ability to endure, adapt, and thrive. The Stoic reserve clause. Stoics used a mental tool called the reserve clause. Do your best, but accept that outcomes aren't fully in your control. If you're preparing for a job interview, study, practice, and show up, but know the final decision isn't yours. This mindset frees you from anxiety and keeps you focused on effort. Amor fati embrace, amor fati, the love of fate. Whatever happens, good or bad, say, "This is what I needed." Lost a job? It's a chance to pivot. Facing illness? It's a reminder to care for your health. This doesn't mean ignoring pain, it means using it as fuel to grow. The role of gratitude. Graded isn't just warm fuzzies, it's a Stoic weapon. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how small. This rewires your brain to see abundance, not lack. In adversity, gratitude reminds you that you still have something to fight for. The Stoic athlete. Picture an athlete recovering from injury. The pain is real, the setback crushing. A Stoic athlete focuses on what they can control: rehab exercises, nutrition, mental preparation. They don't dwell on what was lost, they build toward what's possible. This resilience turns setbacks into comebacks, Building your resilience. Muscular resilience grows through practice. Start by facing a small fear today, maybe a tough conversation or a task you've avoided. Each time you push through, you strengthen your ability to handle bigger challenges. Over time, you'll see adversity not as a threat, but as a training ground. Crafting a life of purpose. Stoic discipline isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. It's about crafting a life of purpose, where every action aligns with your deepest values. The Stoics believe that a good life is one lived with intention, where you contribute to the world while becoming your best self, defining your purpose. What's your why? The Stoics urged us to live for something greater than ourselves. Your purpose might be creating art, helping others, or building a business that solves real problems. Take time to reflect. What impact do I want to leave? Write it down and let it guide your choices. Practical step. The Stoic Journal. Start a Stoic journal. Each week, write about your purpose, your progress, and how your actions align with your values. This isn't just a diary, it's a tool to keep you accountable. Review it monthly to see how far you've come and where you need to adjust. Living for others. Stoics believed in oikiosis, the idea that we're connected to others. Your success isn't just for you. It's for your family, your community, the world. Ask, how can I serve others today? It could be mentoring a colleague, volunteering, or simply listening. These acts amplify your purpose. The legacy mindset. Think long term. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. This isn't morbid, it's clarifying. Live each day as if it's your last chance to make a difference. This urgency fuels disciplined action. The Stoic leader. Imagine a leader guiding a struggling team. Instead of blaming others, they take responsibility. They listen, strategize, and act with integrity. Their purpose. Uplifting their team drives every decision. This is Stoic leadership, steady, selfless, and impactful. Building yourself day by day. Success doesn't arrive in a single moment, it's built through daily choices. Stoic discipline is about showing up, day after day, and doing the work. It's about becoming someone so consistent, so capable, that success has no choice but to find you. The power of routines are the scaffolding of discipline. Create a morning routine that sets the tone. Meditate for 5 minutes, write your one thing goal, and move your body. At night, reflect on your day. These bookends create a rhythm that keeps you grounded. Practical step. Theme to improve by 1% each day. If you're learning a skill, practice for 10 extra minutes. If you're building a business, make one new connection. These tiny gains compound, turning you into someone extraordinary over time. Overcoming procrastination. Station is the enemy of progress. The Stoics fought it with memento mori, remembering that time is finite. When you're tempted to delay, ask, if not now, when? Then take one small step. Action kills procrastination. The role of patience takes time. Seneca wrote, nothing great is produced suddenly. Trust the process. Celebrate small wins, but don't rush the journey. Patience isn't passive, it's active. Trust in your efforts. Case study. The Stoic creator. Think of a writer crafting their first novel. They face self-doubt, distractions, and rejections. A Stoic writer writes daily, studies their craft, and submits their work despite fear. They know each word brings them closer to their goal. Their discipline makes success inevitable. You are the architect of your life. Stoic discipline gives you the tools to build a version of yourself that success can't ignore. It's not about luck or talent, it's about choice. The choice to control what you can, to embrace discomfort, to focus fiercely, to rise through adversity, and to live with purpose. Every day, you have the chance to lay another brick in this foundation. Each act of discipline, no matter how small, shapes you into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable. The Stoics didn't promise an easy life, they promised a meaningful one. And meaning comes from effort, from showing up when it's hard, from choosing virtue over comfort. Your call to action. Start today. Pick one Stoic practice: daily reflection, voluntary discomfort, or the one thing rule, and commit to it for 30 days. Track your progress. Notice how it feels to take control, to build momentum, to become someone who doesn't just dream but does. The world is full of noise, but you can be a signal. By living with Stoic discipline, you create a life that stands out not through flash, but through substance. You become someone who inspires others, not by what you say, but by who you are. Final thought. Marcus Aurelius wrote, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Stop waiting for permission, for the perfect moment, for success to find you. Build yourself day by day until you're undeniable. The Stoic path isn't easy, but it's worth it. Because when you live with discipline, purpose, and resilience, success doesn't just notice you, it seeks you out.